Good afternoon. You are watching Lunchtime News on TV1 with me, Jayamal Ratnayaka, for the Newsfirst team. Before we head into our stories in detail, let's start off with a look at your headlines. Second round of talks between the SLFP and SLPP focused on forming a new alliance commences. Debate in Parliament regarding the gazette issued allocating the National Vocational Training Institute under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. 2 suspects arrested along with the stock of BD leaves weighing 912 kilograms. New Zealand to ban military-style weapons. In your lead story for this afternoon, the second round of talks between the SLFP and SLPP, which is focused on creating a broader alliance, commenced today. The discussions commenced this morning at the opposition leader's office. According to our correspondent, the discussions are still underway. Representing the Sri Lanka Freedom Party at the meeting will be the likes of General Secretary Dayasiri Jayasekara, Tilanga Sumatipala and Professor Rohana Lakshman Piyadasa. While Sri Lanka Podujana Party Chairman Professor G.L. Piris, Dalasala Peruma, lecturer Jagat Vellavatta will represent the Sri Lanka Podujana Peramuna. The first round of talks between these two parties on creating a broader alliance were held on the 14th of this month. In news from the Parliament now, several views were expressed in Parliament today regarding the gazetting of the National Vocational Training Institute under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Today, there was a gazette on this table which had allocated all agencies and institutions which engage in research and technology to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. Honourable Speaker, this has to be the first time where such institutions have been assigned under the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. There is no country that does such a thing. Vocational training does not relate to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce. These are heinous crimes. I would like to ask the Leader of the House, how can a university be allocated to this ministry? We love this country just as much as MP Bandula loves it. We will not assign universities to the Ministry of Industry and Commerce, but technical colleges have been assigned. If such a mishap has occurred, we will direct our attention to it during the cabinet meeting. Many subjects have been allocated to a single category under this gazette. We would like to ask the ruling party why they are trying to destroy the secondary and tertiary education of the children in our country by assigning contrasting areas. The Special High Court today granted permission for the 4th defendant in the case where 33.9 million rupees worth of state funds had been obtained to construct the D.A. Rajapaksa Museum to fly overseas. Accordingly, Sudhammika Keminda Artigala, the 4th defendant, will be allowed to travel overseas from the 29th of April to the 7th of May. This was decided when the case was taken up before the 3-judge bench comprising Sampath Abekon, Sampath Wijeratna and Champa Janaki Rajaratna today.
The attorneys representing the defendants had requested for the defendant to be granted permission to travel overseas to attend a forum organized by the International Transportation Organization. The order was then given after consideration by the bench. The panel of judges also instructed the registrar to release the passport of Sudhammika Keminda Artigala as per the previous bail, and also instructed to inform the Controller General of the Department of Immigration and Immigration that the defendant had been granted permission to travel overseas during the specified period.
In more news from court proceedings, the Criminal Investigations Department today said ex-Navy Commander Jayantha Pereira, ex-Naval Intelligence Chief Rear Admiral Anand Guruge and a number of senior Navy personnel were well aware of the abduction of 2 Tamil nationals who were travelling in a van in Colombo back in 2009 and their forced disappearance. Now, this information came to light when the case was taken up before Colombo Additional Magistrate Salani Pereira today.
OIC of the CID's Gang Robbery Investigations Unit, IP Nishantha De Silva, in a report to the Colombo Additional Magistrate, said statements will be recorded from witnesses and investigations will take place. The second defendant in the case, Lieutenant Commander Sampath Dayananda, was further remanded until the 4th of April. On the 11th of January 2011, two businessmen named Vadivel Makkilisami Loganathan and Ratnasamy Paramananda had been abducted in Vallampitiya and were never to be seen again. The CID, when probing the incident, revealed that a van belonging to one of the victims had been scrapped and the parts were hidden at the Navy camp in Valisara.
The newly constructed bus stand of the Kamburupitiya under the Puranagum project was declared open today.
The new bus stand was declared open under the auspices of former Speaker of Parliament Chamal Rajapaksa. The bus stand was constructed at a cost of 1,570 million rupees. The Governor of the Southern Province, Kirti Thinakon, Minister Lakshman Yapa Abewardana and several political representatives attended the event.
You all expressed the pressure that you felt over the past 4 years in the elections. That is the reason why the provincial council elections are being delayed. Now there are several provincial councils with expired tenures. The time to conduct the election passed so long ago. The term of the Southern Provincial Council will be ending by the 10th of April. It will end on the night of the 9th of April. Every day they say we have obtained loans. If we did not obtain loans, will we be able to end the 30-year war? How much of money have we spent for the war? Mahinda Rajapaksa obtained loans, but he has shown the people as to what he has done. You feel it, but you don't see the robbery that took place in the central bank. You don't feel it. What happened to the money? Few days back there was an agreement signed to hand over Mattala Airport to India. On the other hand, the Hambantota port was given for 99 years. And they give oil tanks in Trincomalee to India. On the other hand, there is a land issue. This is all we have. Shamelessly they sell this to foreign companies.
They borrow money after talking to several banks and after obtaining an insurance coverage. At present, this country has fallen into a deep abyss. The future of this country is lost. Election is postponed. Provincial council elections do not even seem to be happening. Now they are trying to bring an amendment to the constitution to check whether they can delay the general elections by bringing up the delimitation. We have already fallen to this dangerous situation.
What I am saying in Kamburupitiya is that this government has become one that prioritizes corruption without finding solutions to the problems of the people. They are also delaying the development projects.
I would like to beg your pardon regarding the previous story where the bus stand of Kamburupitiya under the Puranagum project was declared open yesterday. With that, we move on to more local news. The Navy arrested two suspects in the Thalemana seas for the alleged possession of 912.96 kilograms of beedi leaves.
The Sri Lanka Navy said the stock, which was packed in 27 bags, were found inside a dinghy boat following a raid carried out in the seas of Thalemana, approximately 5 shipping miles from the coast. The Sri Lanka Navy suspect the stock was attempted to be smuggled into the country from India. The suspects are 32 and 38-year-old residents of Pesalai Mana. The suspects and the sea stock is due to be handed over to the Customs Office of Jaffna.
In more local news, 4 people were injured following an accident that occurred in Valigatta, Hambantota.
The accident occurred at around 10 last night when a lorry travelling from Hambantota to Kataragama toppled in Valigatta, Hambantota. The lorry was transporting paddy at the time of the incident. The accident is suspected to have occurred due to a mechanical failure in the lorry. Vehicular movement along Kataragama-Colombo Road was disrupted due to the accident. Our correspondent said the injured have been admitted to the Hambantota General Hospital.
And finally, in sports news, former captain of Sri Lanka, Arjuna Ranatunga, expressed the following views on the current situation of Sri Lanka cricket during a media briefing.
The matches are lost only during the times this administration operates. 2 matches were won during the time of the competent authority. When this administration takes over, we lose matches. I'm asking the sports minister to look into these issues. With regards to Sanat Jayasury's issue, I did not mention his name. You cannot ban a player for 2 years just because he did not hand over his phone. You cannot remove him from cricketing activities. For that, we should get together and debate this with the ICC. He is one of our prominent cricketers. The administration doesn't speak on his behalf during this kind of a situation. The cricket administration is turning a blind eye on this. Take Sanat's problem to your hand. I'm not in agreement to punish Sanat. Neither the sports minister should agree. However, if we go backward in the law, we can identify the correct people.
මුලටම ගියොත් අපිට හරි පුද්ගලයෝ හොයාගන්න පුළුවන්.
And that concludes lunchtime news on TV1. For the Newsfirst team, I am Jaimal Ratnayaka. Thank you very much for stopping by. Take care and good afternoon.